Hello, everyone. My name is Dave Karlekar, and thank you all for giving your time on this beautiful Saturday evening. We just got 10 inches of snow a few days ago. I'm in New Jersey, so after all shoveling and all, time to relax and to have another introductory IT training session by GURUSCHOOLS. Today's topic is primarily an introductory overview session on Java full stack training. Okay, this is one of our niche technology training track. It's niche and hot in a sense. That's a futuristic skills and futuristic career track. So hence a lot of people, who has a prior prerequisite working on Java look for their skills enhancement towards undergoing full stack, mean stack training, which adds added value to their career in IT profession. So those who have basics on Java programming, for them this is much easier to learn. Otherwise, nobody learns these things in mother's womb. All we expect is kind of an open mind and willingness to learn over the next 6 weeks as and when we start this training track. Let me also give a backdrop on GURUSCHOOLS, www.guruschools.com. As the name suggests, it's a modern marketplace in the form of ancient Gurukul. We are a strong believer that education is something, once it comes to you, it stays with you forever. And by sharing, it only grows and multifold. So what we do? Well, COVID-19 taught us one thing, which is everything can be done remote, everything can be done virtually. So we bring world-class information technology education to the ambitious people such as yours, giving them theoretical and practical experience. For many lateral experienced people, like those who have programming knowledge or SQL knowledge, this will be upskilling yourself, in a sense, learning new things, unlearning old and dated things, and also relearning some of these topics and skills where you lack, by which you are adhering to an emerging technology which is pretty much in demand in a corporate America, right? What you're getting into? Well, you are getting into the following. 6 weeks of training. After your satisfactory completion of the training, you get a course completion certificate, which will say that you have completed the course on Java full stack. After that, the human resources team, along with the trainer, will work towards helping you create a reference-ready resume, which will have the bells and the whistles, whatever is required to be a Java full stack programmer. Then the next step is to prepare you for vendor interview preparation. So all tier 1 companies or the corporate HR, what kind of questions and what kind of answers to be given. We will have several mock sessions with you. You will be getting a question bank with an answer that just simply helps you to be more prepared than to go as an blank. Following to which you will be appearing for the client interviewing. Many of these clients, we already have our employees working in, or we are doing some kind of an SOWs, or have prior consultants working there. So we understand the environment, and that kind of helps towards preparing you for best for the interview. Even the trainer will be guiding you, coaching you, mentoring you based on the job description and your resume, how to hold that 45 minutes phone interview conversation or a Skype interview, Zoom interview with the hiring manager. After 3-4 interviews, you get an opportunity, because they're all consulting jobs, so nobody's expecting you to walk on the waters. So post you securing the position, you start working remote. And that's where the real challenges comes in, because most of you, it will be more theory and less practical. So as and when you get stuck in a real-time scenario, the trainers will be shadowing you and giving you the timely help and assistance, which is going to help you towards sustain and survive working in corporate America. Then practice makes you perfect, and that's how you flourish in your career. Okay. Along with Java full stack, we also provide various other training tracks in no particular order, like cloud DevOps, big data, Python data science, MuleSoft, .NET full stack, robotics process automation, Selenium QA automation testing, business intelligence visualization reporting tools like Tableau, Click, Power BI, and others, Salesforce administration and development, validation quality management, project management, business analysis, Scrum, or a mix of these things, and Oracle NetSuite ERP. Well, most of the skills are pretty much in demand and are niche, and they are being used by the corporate America. So there is a huge scope for those who are looking to have a career in IT by going through some of these training tracks. As I mentioned most of these technology tracks are about 6 weeks. Sometimes it takes 7 weeks, depending upon the candidate pace and the trainer's pace. These are all instructor-led training courses. Before each session, you will be given a task. During the 2-hour session, you will be going through the trainer, learning things, and post class, you again will be given assignment to complete. So along with our instructor-led training, there will be extracurricular tasks and activities which also you will be working on and completing them on. That's simply going to help you to have a better practice and to be better ready. After this 6 or 7 weeks of training, then comes your resume preparation, then your vendor interview preparation, client interview preparation, and the post-job support. Needless to say, once you successfully complete the training, you're going to get the course completion certificate. For those who are looking to work with GURUSCHOOLS or GURUSCHOOLS own companies, this training is free for you. So the way it works is you enroll with us by giving a $500 deposit, and that deposit is refunded to you once you complete your training and work through our project for at least 3 months. We're also product partner for various product companies, and recently we have invested in a certifying agency, which is a Pearson franchisee. That does help us towards getting the required technology certification, because we will help you towards getting you certified. Now, about projects, we have various projects going on with our small mid-size clients towards their website design development, as well as some of the corporate America clients where we have projects on visualization reporting or Salesforce or ETL like Informatica, data browsing. So some of these projects will also be exposed to you as a part of your learning and practical training experience. Okay, these are difficult times. In light of COVID-19 pandemic, 20+ million people have lost a job in the USA, and it's simply going to get further difficult in Q1 because the layoffs are still continuing. In light of this gloomy environment, someone has to rise up to the occasion and give that helping hand. So by we investing in people and by we giving that much needed training in this niche or hot areas, that helps you towards securing a position, starting or re-establishing your career in corporate America. And that also helps corporate America towards reducing the unemployment. By doing so, we're also generating employment in India As a dual heritage Indian American first generation immigrant entrepreneur, that's the least I could do for Janmabhoomi and for Karmabhoomi, which is India and the USA. What else? Well, most of these projects are remote, right? Post-COVID pandemic, at least in good part of 2021, most of the projects will be working remote because of the infection risk and the other challenges. It's a good opportunity for those who are looking to kickstart their career. Now, what's our USP, unique selling proposition, or how are we unique? There are thousands of training institutes, and let me tell you, over 95% of them are there to rob you in terms of asking you quick money and then throw some videos at you and then they're done. There are very few institutes who are walking that extra mile towards having an instructor-led training to spoon feed you basically the A to Z of that particular technology subject and also take you to the finish line. So it's not a mere ribbon cutting ceremony where, I pull some money and I'm done with it and I'm gone. No, we stay with you. Our success lies in your success. So unless you make money, I basically lose money on you. So it's us who are more eager and who are more desperate to help you get a job than most of you are. Because we work with most of the Indian big outsourcing system integrators as well as the American vendors, it becomes easy for us through Guru School and Guru School owned companies towards placing you on a project. So it's not one company, basically you're having 1 plus 3, altogether 4 companies who will be working with you towards placing you on a project. Okay. In today's session, I appreciate all of you joining. This is an introductory overview session. So what are you looking at? Well, it's going to be an hour long session, give and take. It's an overview. So it's a movie trailer or it's an introductory session. It will give you a good overview to know what you're getting into or what you'll be expecting over the next 6-7 weeks. It also gives an opportunity to understand some of these subjects in a little more details. And towards the end of this presentation, you will have a Q&A, questions and answers opportunity with a trainer. So post sessions, please feel free to ask questions. If you are shy of asking question, you could always type your question in the chat notes and then we will take the questions for you. This session is recorded, so for those who could not attend this session, we will be sending them this recorded copy and it will also be posted on our website, our LinkedIn channel, Facebook channel and YouTube channel. So if you're looking for videos for this as well as for several other training classes and technology classes, I strongly suggest you to please like, follow and subscribe us on this professional networking platform. That's simply going to help you more plugged with our organization. For today's session, the subject matter expert we have is Rupshit. He is based out of Pune. He is a lateral working professional. He has a hands-on experience working on Java J2EE full stack development. And he will be taking this introductory session. So without doing any further ado, I welcome Rupshit and thank you all for joining. Thank you.
Thank you, Dev sir. Good evening, everybody. So I am Rupeshit Patekar. I have 11 plus years of experience in Java J2EE Technologies, and currently I'm working as a senior full stack developer in one of the MNC. To know more about my work, simply you can Google my name and you will get more information about me. So as Dev sir already explained a few things, so we will start one step back. So we will see that why full stack developer is needed in the market. Why suddenly there is such a boom that everybody wants full stack developer within their team. So as you know that this is the era of agile. Earlier project used to follow SDLC cycle, and we saw that it was having so many complications, and uh, teams are not able to deliver the product on the time. So that is the reason agile came in the picture. And now agile, in the agile there are two flavors, scrum and kanban, and in the both flavor everybody is expecting that you should deliver something within 1 week or 2 week of time. So there will be a sprint and you need to deliver a quick. So in this such a small time frame, everybody wants that you should deliver end to end user flow, because end users will only able to see if something is there on their screen. They cannot, if you are working on the backend side or you are simply working on the front end side, obviously you cannot ship your product to the end user and they cannot use it. And that is the reason there is a huge demand in the market, that people are looking for the full stack developers who can work on the front end as well as in the back end, so that we can within a short time frame we can build our product and we can ship it to the our client. Another thing is that it is also providing the flexibility inside the team. So let's say someone is on leave or someone is not well or not able to work on anything. So if another person is there and who can work, who knows UI as well as backend, so definitely he can switch to UI or he can switch to backend. So that kind of flexibility it is providing to the teams. And at the end of this the team will be having the better productivity. So ultimately we are going to get a good quality product within shorter period of time. And that is the reason now everybody is looking for the full stack developer. Every project manager want that he should have couple of full stack developer within his team. So next question arises, then who can become a full stack developer? As Dev sir already explained, that someone who is having little bit background of Java, or someone is love programming and they are open to learn the new technologies, they are open to explore new technologies or current age technologies, they will definitely enjoy this track. So now the next question is, okay, this is fine that why it is needed and who can be the part, but is really there is any requirement inside the market for the Java full stack developer? Definitely this question also came in my mind. So I simply took the LinkedIn and I saw that if we search for the Java full stack developer openings in the United States, you will find that there are more than 4,000 openings are there. And this is only one job portal. If you see other job portal like Dice, Monster, Career Builder or Indeed, you will find there are multiple jobs are there, and almost each and every company they want a full stack developer due to the reason which I explained earlier. So let's start a little bit on basics of Java full stack developer. So what exactly they have to do, how they have to do, and etc. So the first thing I would like to ask is there are two things actually. So one is the website and another is the web application. So are the websites and web applications are the same thing? So the answer is simply no. Many people are having feeling that website and the web applications are one and the same thing, but ideally they are not one and the same thing. So what is the difference between simple website and one application? So we will go through the basic difference between the website. So basically what are the websites are nothing but the static content pages. So there will be maybe 5 to 6 pages and information will be there. You can view that information, you can navigate here and there and etc. So those will be the static contents. Users can only read that content but they cannot modify it. Let's say you want to change something on that site, you cannot change it. And before deploying such a website, we don't have to pre-compile it. So Java, before running any Java code, we have to compile it, and then only it will get in the runnable state, and then only we can deploy it. However, with the website, so we don't need to do any kind of pre-compilation or something. You simply need to write, maybe using HTML, CSS, or Bootstrap something technologies, and then simply you need to deploy it. And if you see talk about the functions of those websites, so those are very simple. It will basically, websites are built to give you more information. So function is very simple. They are not expecting that there will be any complexity, or they will do some transaction or anything like that. And for most of the website, authentication obviously is not needed. However, there will be a section where contacts us or some information will be there, and you can connect with them. So if we talk about some basic examples, so in what scenario we are going for the website. So let's say I would like to create my own portfolio or company's portfolio, or I would like to create my website to take my business ahead, or to reach with the most of the audience. In that case, I will choose the option of the website. So here I have created one example for the website. So let's have a look on it and see how that website will look like. So this website I have created on my own domain, and this is what I have developed on nothing but on the Bootstrap. So you are able to see that this is what we can do with the website. So this will be the more informative. There won't be any transaction or anything. However, you are able to see that here we have multiple tabs. With them I can interact, so user can interact with them. And as I told you that we can provide some contact us or something link, where you can simply click on it and you can visit to that particular page. So this is what all about the website. So now I think let's have a look. So how easily we can build this type of static contents or static website. So there is no such a rocket science. It's very simple and straightforward. So let me show you how it will be. So this is my structure of the project. So basically I have created three different packages, or you can say folders. First one is the assets, second one is the CSS, JSS, and here is my HTML. So if you are able to see, I have only one HTML file, and that file is doing all the magic. I don't have to write so many things. If we talk about the assets, so generally we are keeping whatever the images or some files which we have to render on the site. So those we are going to store inside the asset folder. Then whatever the CSS we are trying to apply on our website, so those will get stored under the style.css. And obviously, so I click on something and it is doing something, or it is rendering, or some animation is going on. So for that reason we need a little bit of JavaScript or maybe jQuery, so that everything will go inside this script.jQuery. So let's walk through first this parent index.html. So if you are able to see this HTML5, so how to identify that we are using HTML5? So using this tag, so doc type HTML, it is telling to the browser that yes, you are rendering the HTML5. Then obviously this is my root tag HTML, and this HTML root tag will have two children tab. So first one will be the header and second one will be the body. So this HTML got divided into two parts, header and the body part. So what will go in the header? So I simply click on head one. So here first of all we are defining that the meta tags. So meta tags are basically for the browser to understand that which type of contents browser needs to render, and on the basis of it will understand the content or information. So once we set UTF-8, we can use different languages, means English, Marathi, Hindi, Telugu, whatever it is. So browser will understand, okay, which type of contents we are going to render. Now next meta tab I have used here, that is the viewport. So why I have to use this viewport? So this is basically for the responsive UI. Now next question is arise, what is responsive UI? So let me show you quickly. So I will open this developer tool. Okay, so now responsive UI, in the sense I would like to see that if I choose iPhone 7 or my client is viewing this site on the iPhone 7, then how my site is going to look like. Is it a responsive? Will it looks good? Will he able to see whatever I have created on these pages or not? So responsive UI will make sure that no matter on which screen you are viewing this site, but it will try to give you the best experience out of that, because today we are able to see that everybody is trying to using their headphones, their smartphones and iPad, etc. So there will be different kind of screens. So maybe few clients will render this website on a huge screen like 80-inch or something like that, or someone will try to open your website on their smartphones. So that is the reason we have to make sure that whatever the product in today's era we are building, it is compatible with all the screen. So this responsive UI will make sure that my site will get rendered properly and it is not having any kind of trouble or any kind of problem. So here we are getting different options, and from this we are able to see it. So this is how my site is going to look on different browsers. And to enable this functionality, I use this viewport. So viewport, and I'm telling the content to this viewport that with device width tag. So what it will do, that it will make sure it will capture the pixels or screen size of the rendering device, and as per that it will fit the content into that particular screen size, and it will make sure that my site will get rendered properly. In addition to this, we have multiple meta tags like description, author. So maybe these are informative actually meta tags. So if you want to give some information or some description related to your product, you can add over here. Same way you can add author information over there. In the title, so we can provide some title to our site. So this title will get appear over here. As you are able to see, this is my title. And of course, if I'm going to use some favicon, so what is the favicon? So you are able to see here a small image. So this is nothing but the favicon. So every site is having its own favicon or kind of logo, we can say, and that we can add using the head part. So once we are all set with this basics thing, then if we are using any kind of third party or jQuery or our own JS, so those we have to mention over in this part, so that template or the browser will understand, okay, that needs to render these many JSs, and inside JS we can write our own function. So soon we will see how that JS will look like, but prior to that, let's move to the body part. So as you can see, this body part is divided into the multiple sections. So let me again go back to the full screen. So this is my entire page. Okay, so this entire page is divided into the multiple sections. So first I have divided it into the navigation bar, then maybe this is, or we can say this navigation bar and header, and this entire remaining section is nothing but my page of the body. So as per that, we have to create the tag. So HTML5 is providing us basic different tags to handle all these types of scenario. So first I have added the navigation bar. So this is the navigation tag, and simply we need to provide some classes. So what are these classes? using these classes we can apply different types of CSS. So the question arises, why to apply CSS? Whatever we are able to see that color of this text, or we are able to see some kind of background over here. So whenever we would like to beautify our product or our website, so using CSS we can easily do that. So here I simply click on it, then it will show me what types of CSS it is added. So here I have added that navbar is nothing but display none. If I click on this, then I will come to know that okay, the what type of again CSS we have added over here, that flexi flow equal to no wrap. So why we are adding the no wrap? So that whatever the content I am displaying over here, I don't want to wrap it. So let's say tomorrow with this about I have added one more text over here, and it will come down and it will not look good, because because as per UX standards, so whatever you are having in the navbar should get displayed in a single line. And that is the reason we have specified that I don't want to wrap my text. And then we also state that justify content, so flex start. So here we are using flex pattern, and we are saying that my flex is starting from this position, so the content of my navigation will start from the left side. That is the start of the flex. So coming back to next one. So as I said that we have divided it into again two different parts. So this is nothing but the header part, and another is this different section. So in the header what we have added, so if you are able to see this text in the header, we have created multiple divs. So why to create divs? And if you observe that even though I am displaying all this information into different rows and different columns, however you will notice that I am not using a table tag over here. So why to avoid use of table tag? Because if we use the table tag, then our page won't become responsive and you will not able to render on different browsers. Even forget about smartphones. However, you will not able to render your screen on different browsers like in IE, Safari or Chrome. So it will have different kind of UIs and different kind of issues with the table, and that is the reason we have to stop using tables, and we can use the div. And using divs and flex, we can make sure that we are creating different rows and different columns. So currently whatever this text you are able to see over here, that I have created using header part and using the div part. Now next thing is that if I click on this about, we saw that this is the navbar, right? But what if I click on this about? So what should happen? So if I click on this, what is happening? A new kind of section is coming all together. So I have divided this about is into another section. So what I did, every navigation bar, as you can see over here, it's got divided into different section. So as soon as you click on it, the new section will come, and that new section will come at the top. So this is what I have created for about section. So whatever I would like to display on the about section, I will simply write into this section. So again, I have created one parent div over there. So inside section there will be a parent div with the container. So class, again this is what nothing but the CSS. So inside this container I have applied multiple CSS, as you can see over here. So I have applied mix, height, etc parameters. So there are again two ways. You can directly apply CSS over here. So those are nothing but the inline CSS. However, that is very bad practice. We should not write any kind of CSS directly over here. So what is the advantage of having class? So I can use same class on multiple my different tag. Let's say now if you are able to see this container class I use for each and every section. So reusability of code, we are able to achieve if we have created some kind of different CSS class. And next one, then I have created another div, and inside that div whatever I would like to display I am writing over there. Again, these are nothing but very simple basic HTML tags, nothing fancy, nothing much. So this is div h2, this is header, this is HR, this is paragraph, this is href tag, that's it. And using that we have built this beautiful page over here. This is about page. So I'm saying this is my href tag. If you are able to see, let me go back to the code. So here I have added this button. Okay, even though it looks like a button, but actually it's not a button. So how I have created this button? So using this CSS again. So if you are able to see that this circle and everything, so if we see, we feel like this is one of kind of image, and if I click on it, it is taking me somewhere. But however, if you see in the real scenario, this is not an image or nothing else. In a simple href format using simple CSS, I have created that button, and on hover of it using this button light. So if you are able to see some kind of effect you are getting, right? So this effect I have added again using the CSS only. And like that we do have multiple sections for services and for other as well. So I would like to walk you through the portfolio section, because it is having something interesting thing. So that is nothing but these are the images. So if you are able to see, these are kind of short images, and if I click on it, then it is kind of zoom images. So this is little bit the big images. So how we can achieve that? So if let me show you, I have added two types of images over here inside the portfolio, the full size and the thumbnails. So again, why we need to divide our same image into two different size and two different combination? Why I am not using simply the full size image? And this is unnecessary. I am duplicating files and creating my storage, increasing my storage, right? So but why we have to do this? Because when first time I am rendering this page, if my image is smaller, then definitely my page will get loaded much faster rather than I am having a huge heavy load images. So if because I am not sure that user is going to click on which particular image, so that is the reason I am rendering first of all the thumbnails images. So that will make sure that my site performance is up to the mark, and it will make sure that my site is getting rendered quickly, no matter what type of internet end user is having. Because if user's internet speed is on the lower side and my site is not at all getting rendered, then people will say, hey man, what type of site you build? And that is the reason we have to make sure that our first page or our any page should get rendered within 0.5 seconds. So that is the initial requirement of any good site, then only people will love it. So let's see how we achieve this. So again, I have started one div over here. Again, this is the parent div, and inside that I am using the container CSS. And as you can see over here, I have used the again href tag. And when I am saying that, once I click on it, as you are able to see this href tag information over here, if I click on it, then only it will display the full size image. And while loading the page, I am giving thumbnail image description. So when my page will get loaded, only this tag will get rendered, and it will display the small images instead of the full pixel image. And it will make sure that my website performance is very good and up to the mark. Let's quickly have one overlook of this JS. So here we are writing different kind of JavaScript function. Basically, this is nothing but the jQuery. And if I click on any trigger or any button, how to handle it. So basically using these CSS classes, this another advantage of writing any CSS class. So if I have applied this class to any particular element and I want to perform some action, for instance click or on blur or something, those events I can easily capture using jQuery like this, and I can perform some action on the basis of it. So wherever my this CSS is applied, those elements will have this on click event, and as soon as I on click on them, some action I can write inside this particular JavaScript function. So this is all about basics of static website contents. I think now it's time to let's move ahead. So we saw that, okay, these are the static website content and we know them as a website. So we have another flavor, so that is nothing but the web application. So what exactly are the things which are differing websites from the web application? So basically web applications are very interactive and interactive pages with the end users. So they will talk with you a lot. You might have seen there will be a chatbot will appear on those web applications which will use AI kind of thing, and it will try to answer you or try to guide you. Not only that, you can log in into that website or into it, and you can maintain your own profile. You can choose or change your password. You can manipulate its data. To deploy this type of web application, we have to make sure that we need to pre-compile it, because we cannot make web applications without using any backend technologies like Java. And if Java is coming in the picture, then definitely you have to make sure that you are building your package. So there will be the front end like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap something, and there will be the backend code. Then we have to compile everything and we have to bundle it into one package, and then that package we can deploy on any hosting server, and then that web application will start running the way we want. So when we are using basically, so when we have a quite complex system and quite complex requirement from the clients, then we are using the web application. So today if you see over the internet, so there will be around 80% stake is web applications are having, and only 15 to 20% I will say there will be a stake related to the websites. And as I already explained, most of the application, almost every applications need authentication thing, because they would like to track user data, and they can provide you different things, or you can customize your pages or preferences. And to make sure that next time when you will arrive, you will get same your preferences. For that information, we need to create user session, and for that reason we need to provide authentication purpose. And so what are the examples of these web applications? So you might have used Gmail and Amazon. So these are nothing but couple of basic example of the web application. So as I explained that web applications are basically divided into two parts. The first one is the front end. So this front end is nothing but will get rendered on your client browser. So and the backend, so backend nothing but this will be your server. As I explained that we need to bundle everything into one deployable package, and that package we will deploy into our one of the server, and then that server will host my website. So how the flow will go, so whenever you are hitting any URL from the browser, then it will go to the server and it will give me the one page. So that page will nothing but my UI, the static render page. And on click on that, again let's say I am clicking on the login button, then again one request will go back to the server. It will go with my username and password. It will have its own database. As you can see over there, there is one database SQL. So it will validate my credential with my database, and then it will send another response, and then maybe you will able to land on a brand new page. So this is how ideally it is working. So now next question is coming in my mind, that then how many technologies do I need to become, and do I need to learn to become a Java full stack developer? So, and again, I need to not only think about developing a website, however I also need to think about a shippable point of view. So let's say I have built something and it is only working on my local, will it be useful? No, unless and until I cannot ship it or I cannot deploy it somewhere, other people cannot use it or access it. So if we think from all entire that perspective, so this is nothing but the tech stack. And one of the things out of these different tech stack, at least you should know. So let's walk through one by one with it. So user interface. So inside user interface, what is expected? That if you are aware about HTML, CSS, JS, jQuery, and React.js or AngularJS, one of the tool, basically UI tool or technologies, then that is more than enough. So here I have mentioned various kind of UI technologies which are currently used in the market. However, most of the share use acquired by React.js, and second one the AngularJS, and very rare projects are using other technologies. So but currently if we see in the market, so many projects are using React because it's more robust, more powerful. I'm not saying other technologies are not powerful or something like that. However, it is React is quite simpler and to develop and to maintain the huge projects. If we see about backend services, so what we have to use in the backend? So yeah, we have to use Java, we can use J2E. So there are different types of frameworks which are built on the Java. So those are nothing but the Spring. So Spring is very powerful framework for Java. Again, if I am not an expert and I in Java, and I don't have a complex system, however I still would like to do some kind of interaction with the backend, then I can simply use the Node.js. So Node.js is serving like a BFF for, so it's nothing but the backend for the front end, and we can easily build backend for any kind of front-end technologies using the Node.js. And as you know that if we are having big complex system, then we need to make sure that my site is getting loaded properly, I'm storing the data into proper way. So again, maybe I must have knowledge related to any database, RDBMS or NoSQL database, like MySQL, MongoDB, either one of them. Or if my application is huge and I want to cache something, then how I can cache it? So using either one of these, we can cache the data. And as I explained you that once we are done with the development and we would like to ship that product, so how we can do it? So using nothing but one of these cloud platforms. So we have different cloud platforms available. We can choose either one of them to ship our product to the end user. So basically these are the backend technologies which we are talking. Let's walk through one by one. So what exactly we are going to learn in these coming 6 weeks. So Java J2E. So in the Java, we will see that what are the basic OOPS concept, because those are the pillar of Java, and we will try to hands-on some experience with real type of programming scenarios. In the J2E, so J2E basically is having JSP, servlet, etc. Because any new framework which are built on Java, so they are using this Java's JSP servlet concept. I think that if our base is strong, then we can easily grab any new framework. So there is, I told you earlier that there is one powerful framework related to Java, that is nothing but the Spring. So what they did, that they are saying that you simply focus on your business need and leave about other thing on us. So for instance, you need to create one basic structure. You have to make sure that you are having different so there will be different environment, test, staging, and then live. So when we are deploying something, first we need to deploy on the test environment, and then it will go to the staging environment where QAs will do their testing, and business owner will have one review, and once they give us a green signal, then only it will move to the live. So we have to manage the different kind of profile. So what these frameworks are doing, so what are the common problems we are having to ship any product, so they are working on it and they are providing one ready-made solution to us. We simply have to use that solution so that we can simply focus on our business need and we can save our time. Then we are also going to see a couple of design patterns. So one is MVC and another is singleton. So these two design patterns are widely used, and I will say almost each and every project, mostly you will see this design, one of the design pattern will be used in those projects. So what is MVC? MVC is nothing but the model view controller. So this web and UI, or front end and back end, is divided into three different things. So model is nothing but UI part, whatever you are able to see, and view. So view, using the model, in the view part, again my pages will be there and model will populate my values. So what are the static contents you are able to see on that HTML or CSS site, so model will make sure that it will populate all those content dynamically, because in the web application, contents will not be the static, it will get changed as per user action or transactions. And in the controller, so controller will make sure that when any request is coming from the browser, so how it will get routed to my different application. And another is a singleton pattern. So singleton pattern will make sure that there will be only one instance of any class. So it will make sure that you are not allowed to create multiple instances, and which will provide us good flexibility to maintain our web state of the web application. Then we have to use some kind of database. Either we can use RDBMS databases or NoSQL databases. So again, why NoSQL databases came in the picture? Because RDBMS database becoming very huge, and if they are not in a normalized fashion, and there are multiple tables, then to get the data or to fetch the data, we need to have different joins between the table, which will make my query slow, and as a result, response of my application will be slower side. And that is the reason evolution happened on the RDBMS, and NoSQL databases came in the picture. However, again, people are again moving back to the RDBMS, because once in the NoSQL, if your application is too huge and you are having huge customer data, then NoSQL databases are not able to provide proper support to them. And if we see the PGSQL, which is RDBMS, however, it is now supporting the JSON format, JSON data type. So where we will get privilege to use the NoSQL functionality as well, and which will make sure that I am using RDBMS all functionalities. With that, I can use the JSON data type as well, and I can this will be the combination of RDBMS and kind of NoSQL. So currently many projects are using this type of things to store their data in the backend. Now there will be the next thing like web services. So again, why web services are coming in the picture? So in user organization, there will be multiple projects is going on, and all the projects will be on different technology stack. Not needed that it should not be that everybody or project will having a similar kind of stack. So for instance, I need to interact with the SAP, maybe I need to interact with the any .NET project, even my application is on the Java. So to have this type of interaction, we need to expose the web services. So web services are playing very important role to make sure that we can exchange the data between different technology stack applications. So there are two types of basically web services. One is the SOAP one, and second one is the RESTful. So what is the SOAP 1? SOAP 1 is XML based web services which we can develop using again two approaches, top down and bottom up. And second, another type is the REST one. So in the REST one, you simply call to the browser and it will go to the particular producer and it will give you the response. Now recently, a few years back, another concept came in the market, that is microservices. So why it came? So again, we do have huge complex applications, and they are very huge and with so many responsibility. And then people are reaching in a point where you cannot maintain that particular web service. So that is the reason, people decided that let's divide this big whole chunk into small part, and based on its responsibility. So for instance, if we take the example of Amazon, so login will be one functionality. I am performing the search will be another. I am doing some transaction will be another. So these three are nothing but my different web services. So it will first web service microservice will be having responsibility of login or credential thing only, or authentication thing only. Second one will only talk about the search part, so it will not care about anything else. So if we divided big piece into these small chunks, then it will help us to improve the productivity as well as maintainability of that application. And next one is version control, Git. So when we are talking about Git, so we are writing code, so definitely we have to work in a team. You are not going to work as a single person. So you will be having 8 or 10 members team, and everybody will work on the same code base. So if I am making the changes, I have to make sure that my colleagues should receive those changes and there won't be any kind of conflict or something. Another thing is that I'm developing something on my local system, and let's say it got crashed. Will I lose my entire code? No. So to avoid this type of scenario, we have to use any type of version control system. However, in the market, Git is very powerful, and the kind of rich features it is providing. So I think everybody is using the Git. So we will have a look how to use Git, what are the basic command, how to create branches, create projects, pull, push, etc. And the final will be deployment using GCP. So maybe during this training we will have a look. We'll try to deploy a couple of application, only static and web applications onto GCP. So GCP, we can create one free account, and it is providing us almost $300 which we can use. And we will see how to application, we can develop one application, we can deploy it individually to the GCP. So actually I have created here one basic algorithm, so how to become a successful developer. So if we have any problem or we have any trouble, then GURUSCHOOLS is providing materials. So you can refer those materials, and there will be lots of video or there will be text or PDF. So you can go through it. Again, whatever the training sessions we will do, so those will also get recorded. So you can also again go back and visit to those video, and you will come to know, okay, what is missing or what I have to do. For instance, I just told you that I will walk you through how to deploy your application to GCP. So for instance, after a couple of months you would like to see, you will always have that privilege. You can visit that link and you can review it. Let's say still you haven't got any answer from it, so there will be GURUSCHOOL group. So there will be lots of group on Facebook or on WhatsApp, and there will be students like you and colleagues just basically with whom you got the training. So those people will be there, and maybe you can ask questions in that group. And even though if you won't find answer to your question, then you can always ask or talk with your colleague that, okay, I'm having this kind of problem, or I'm not able to understand what to do over here. So you can always discuss your problem, because you are not going to, even though you are working remotely, it doesn't mean that you are going to work alone on any task. So you don't need to afraid, you will be always working with any kind of team. And let's say still you haven't got any input from your colleague, then Google Uncle is there. So if you simply go to the Google Uncle, there will be so many links and there will be so many references, and you can definitely get answer. And in the worst case, or let's say still you haven't got any answer or whatever you want to do, then you don't need to worry about it. We are there, Guru School is there, it will there to help you no matter what type of problem you are facing. We are always there to help you. Okay, so now I would like to again summarize what we have seen. So Java full stack developers are again I'm saying are having exciting future ahead, and because they are building lots of value on the table. So as I told you, every project manager would like to have a full stack developer, especially Java full stack developer within their team. Why again Java? Why again not .NET or something else? Because .NET again is not open source. However, Java is open source, and whatever the frameworks are built on top of Java, so those are again open source, and most of the companies are moving to the open source languages or technologies, and that is the reason there is a huge demand for Java full stack developer. So in that you will get again deep knowledge. Today we saw only overview of all these things, what is the front end, back end and all. So during the training you will get deep knowledge related to front end and back end technologies. After this training you can easily take charge of the project. You will be confident, you will be aware of all these things and technology, and you will definitely understand what you have to do and how you can work on any type of project. Again, Java full stack developers are proved to be cost effective to the company as well, because let's say I have to I have changed something, a small thing on the UI. I don't need to hire any specialist UI developer, or I don't simply need to hire any specialist backend developer who can only work on backend technology. Rather than I can have a full stack developer who can switch as per the requirement. And Java full stack developers are also making sure that there will be fast and timely delivery of the project, and that is one of the reason everybody is looking for it, and easy to maintenance and update. So so if once we deploy to the application and it's open for my clients, then there will be a kind of maintenance, or there will be kind of enhancement which we have to do. So Java full stack developers are making sure that even your maintenance project, if there is one full stack developer within your team, so it doesn't matter issue is either came on UI or the backend, he can easily debug it and rectify it and fix it quickly. So these are the things, and due to this there is a huge demand for the Java full stack developer in the market. So this is one of my favorite tagline by Steve Jobs. So everybody in this country should learn to program a computer, because it teaches you how to think. Because once we start the programming in even day-to-day life, we will try to apply the logic, and we will it will obviously change our thinking, the way we are thinking, or the way we are even seeing our day-to-day life challenges as well. So I think that's all from me. So if you have more question or any query, you can always write to us, training@guruschool.com, or you can visit guruschools.com, our website, for more information. I think that's all from me.
Very good. Thank you so much, Rupshit. Pretty much detailed actually. While having the training, one of the candidate or the attendee, I think it's Vijay, he just WhatsApped me, and he also sent an email for the next step, that is the enrollment and the other details. So very good. That the proof is in the pudding. That means it turned out to be a good session. Well, it's an open source, it's a Java, it's collaboration, cohesive synergy is the key, and it's a global village, right? And that's where any kind of Java, J2E, full stack toolkit, it's an open source, a lot of tools, but Rupshit gave you some of the important tools which are in demand. And that's where the future is, right? If you are staying on a plain Java, then it's stagnation. But if you are learning something new, just adding on to your foundation, your ticket price increases, your value goes up. So let's take some questions. If you guys have, ask us now. Please speak, raise your hand, or you may start the question.
Hi, this is Chintan. I just wanted to know, when is this training starting?
Good question, Chintan. So Chintan, the format is we first do the introductory session. So by tomorrow, I will have this recording ported on our website, our LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook page. Then we typically give a week to 2 weeks time frame for the enrollment to happen. Every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have a candidate counseling session. So like we have some inquiries, Vijay and few others, they may have some questions, so we bring them on our counseling session, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 noon Eastern time. So once they send the inquiry, our HR will get back to them and invite them. If at all they have any query, if they want to enroll, then they can straight enroll. The HR will give them the details, process for the enrollment. And I would say about 2 weeks, once we have about 3 or 4 candidates, we start the batch. The batch will be anywhere from 3 to 10 students, depending upon the training track and the interest of the people and the enrollment. So once we get at least 3 or 4 students, we start the batch. It will be 6 weeks, 3 days a week, 2 hours each. Sometimes we keep weekends as a practice session, but otherwise 6 weeks and 6 or 7 hours a week. Okay, so I would say about best guesstimate, give us about 2 weeks, and we will declare the date. Once we have few enrollments, then we will create a separate group, and we will put the enrolled candidates in that group. And then you will get the timetable, the date and the time, as to what time the training will start, the link of joining, like the Zoom link, so it'll be a separate link, and then the people will plug and play. Okay, most of the timings are similar timing, 8 or 8:30 Eastern time, for up to 2 hour session. Sure.
So I actually also have another question. I see on Facebook that it was mentioned that the training is for free. I mean, there are institutions who are charging hefty money, a lot of money for this course. Why is this free? Just wanted to know, have a query.
That's a good question. We actually had a candidate, I think Amulya, she had the same question. She enrolled for Salesforce training. The Salesforce is charging 6,200 for the course, only for the training. 4 weeks training, 6,200. And our Salesforce training track, we have 2 trainers. Salesforce has 1 trainer. So we have Sheetal and Devendra. So 500 deposit. Deposit by definition is to be refunded. So you get your money back after 3 months of working. And her question was the same. It's too good to be true. Why? And my answer was, well, that's a good question. I guess after living in this great nation for 20 some years, you realize you can't eat money for food, right? And after building a couple of companies and selling them and making those decent fortune, I yes, it hits upon you as to what are you doing and how are you shaping up the community. So what we are trying to do here, that's the name, Guru School. It's a very apt name. It's an olden fashioned way of Gurukulam or ashram, where we are uniting people virtually. Having a heritage, we are playing on our heritage, and that's where using their trainers and the instructors, we can offer it at zero cost. So it's a zero loss theory for those who are looking to work on a project through us. Why? Needless to say, well, of course, it's going to cost me money for training. I have to pay Rupshit. For every student, I have to pay him. Then there is a resume writing people for whom also we have to pay. Then there is a vendor interviewing, client interviewing, again we have to pay. And then of course, monthly support, I have to pay the trainers. As you start working with us, after 3-4 months, we break even and then we make money on it, if at all you stay that long. Otherwise, it's our art of giving, right? I guess many of us wants to be remembered and to have a legacy. And that's a long way. It does help you a lot. Most of our business is all referral. Most of our enrollments are referral. Most of our clients are referral. Right? These people who have worked with us 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago, today they are directors and vice presidents and architects, and they remember their good old days coming on a B1 and NH1 and staying in our guest houses and me cooking with them, playing cricket or tennis with them, and we have come a long way. And they all have flourished in corporate America, and then they give us the opportunity. And that's the reason I could do it technically free. So yes, free because it's difficult times. 50% of our enrollments, 50 to 70% of our enrollments are of ladies, and at times, the financial support is not that much, or sometimes, they need something and try it out, and if it works. So that's where we engage them in this model. Yes, we understand other people charge money. It's a capitalist country, and they should. We don't.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
one more question from Vijay. So do we also get help in H-1B visa sponsorship too?
Yes, Vijay, I'm doing this for the last 21 years in this country. So from cradle to grave, from A to Z, everything under one roof. It's a mall culture, right? So all the visa, it will start happening from February. We will start preparing. So we have paralegal, we have attorneys. On behalf of GURUSCHOOLS, we will be having a lot of immigration, such similar Zoom sessions where candidates such as yours and many others will get an opportunity for free of cost consultation talking to the attorneys. The attorneys are our retainers. Actually, a couple of them, a few of the attorneys are my employee spouses, right? We gave them scholarships. We partially funded for their education, and they gone to school here, cleared their bar, and they're immigration attorneys. So they do pro bono for some of their work, and they have a special package for us in terms of filing for the petition, because they remember the early days of having self-doubts and we helping them. So starting late January, beginning of February, we will be doing at least 4 sessions with the attorneys. These are up to 1.5 hour session using Zoom, where the candidates will ask questions to the attorneys. And needless to say, we will be filing for their petitions first week of April. So since last year, the rules have changed. So many of the people still have doubts, and the attorney will answer their doubts. So answer is yes, sir. Okay. I think somebody else had a question too.
Another one I have is, will there be any practice session, additional practice sessions? And
Yes, well, Chintan, so websites. So we have various websites. See, we work with many small businesses, at least in the tri-state area, right? Right from my landscaping and snow shoveling agency, I manage their website too, to the temple website, to the hotel, motel, restaurant, and even to the doctor's practice website. So we manage them, we host them, and we maintain them. Now this becomes the real-time projects, right? Because these are the work which we are doing along with the design, development, support. We're also supporting them in the digital marketing. So depending upon what work is going on and where we could, those becomes the project for most of you. So you're basically teething in a hands-on live project. And then, of course, we have corporate America. I mentioned in the beginning. I don't know if you heard me. We have other projects going on for Salesforce administration, development, Informatica, Click, Tableau, and few other projects. Now, some of them are SOWs, small projects, primarily meant for Q4. Whenever our clients have extra funding, they give us the small projects, and they're pretty much done with it come Jan. And some of the small clients, restaurants, hotel, motel, places of worships, doctor's practice, these are ongoing projects. So yes, answer is you will be getting a hands-on project experience.
Okay.
Building a website, going it live, how it looks, and playing with it. Needless to say, that will be with the help of the trainer. We don't want you to be suicide bomber otherwise on your own. So at every step of your learning, you are getting shadowed by the trainer, so you comes out victorious and successful. Okay, the eye is on a prize. What are you looking for, or what are you expecting after this? Well, needless to say, a consulting gig in a corporate America, right? So focus more on that. Whatever it takes, we will be there for you to help you get a job. And now it's a small world. 28% is IT population is of the Indian American heritage. So basically, every third person, give and take, will be of our skin and color. And it's a small fraternity, right? And you have been doing this for so many years, right from the vendors to the client. There is a reckoning, there is a trust, there is a rapport. COVID-19, it taught us everything can be remote. And now the clients are questioning why I should be paying $150 for this full stack, right? $170 or $125. Some of these projects are coming to us as an offsite development, offshore development, and we are using them, and those projects also become for you to learn in. So those who are looking to enter in, those who are semi-technical, it's a great opportunity for you to get in because the rates are falling 5, 10, 15, 20%. That means lateral people like us, it's a bitter bullet for us to swallow because the client is asking us to go down by 5, 10, 15, 20%. Whereas for those who are looking to enter in, making $0, for you, whatever you make, 50, 60, 70 is all gain, right? Whereas for me, making $100, now I have to go back to 85 or 88. So yes, the key is to get your job. Second thing is COVID-19, everything is remote. So the job could be in Timbuktu, all across the country. If you live in the USA, you can work on those remote jobs at the comfort of, working from your home office. So you can be in your pajamas, doing other chores and still working, and your trainer is with you, shadowing you to ensure you do it right. And then practice makes you perfect, right? I mean, nobody knows it all. So at least 80-90% of these things you will learn in the first 3, 6, 9 months of working on a project because it's all repetitive and redundant. And it just practice makes you perfect, right? It's like cooking or doing any chore for that matter, right? By sheer doing it over and over again, you hone that skill. And the same thing you'll be doing here. And the other reason is you're making 6-figure. You better do that.
We have one more question from Vijay. So he is asking that if I'm in a condition that I lost job and waiting on H4 and not getting help from the spouse and cannot pay the amount, if I commit that I will work with Guru School after the course, will you consider me for admission and give me a chance?
What is the question again?
So I think his main question is that
For some reason I couldn't see it. Is it only sent to you or is sent to all?
Oh, I think he's sent to me only.
Okay. What is the question?
Let me post it for all.
So the process remains constant. That's the process. It's a deposit meant to be refunded, and that's the process for all. Okay. Well, or else you can go to the courses here. For the same training, you're spending at least $4,000, and you're spending it, meaning you're not getting that money back. So you have to make that choice. Okay. Does anyone else have any other question? As I said, if you have additional questions in the interest of time, I'm going to wrap it up because we said about up to 90 minutes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the candidate counseling session. You're more than welcome to join and attend it. There are dime a dozen training institutes, right? And they are charging you money. So what is the difference between them and us? As I said, the eyes on a price, which is we help you get a job. Those people are giving you mere training or training videos. Well, if you were to be learned by training videos, believe me, YouTube has zillions of training videos, right? So self-learning does give you some idea, but it does not take you to the finish line. Okay, so no more questions. If nobody, I guess I thank you all for taking your time out and attending it. As I said, it's an emerging skill. It's a hard skill. If you have any further questions, you see on the screen, training@guruschools.com. That's the email ID. Please feel free to reach us. We work all 7 days. So our HR works all 7 days. So you should be hearing back from our HR, within the same business day. Within 24 hours is our response guarantee for your question. So without taking much more time, thank you, Rupshit. Thank you all for joining in, and enjoy the rest of the evening and good night.
Thank you. Looking forward.